wallpaper. His warm smile made me feel better immediately. Bree steered towards the bar, but paused to nudge her sister Lee, who had dozed off despite the noisy discussion.
Charlotta is 24 now, 24! You'd think my daughter would be old enough to realize that life isn't a damn computer game she can just pause in order to take off for Scotland with some bum.
"Watch your language, son," Grandmother said in a biting tone. Uncle Carl stopped abruptly and pointed at his wife.
Charlotta should have gone to boarding school like I always told you.
Sylvia convulsed with sobs, and Mama tried to soothe her in the same tone she used on dogs in distress. When I tried to catch her eye, Mama looked down guiltily, confirming my suspicion that she had yet to mention our own problem. Charlie had once again managed to send the entire family into a fit, and she had done it without even being present.
"Scotland is enchanting and so romantic. Rich green meadows with all those sheep and craggy cliffs. Oh, as long as you have good warm clothes and don't catch a cold. I heard it rains quite a bit,"
Aunt Lee piped up. Bree almost choked on her scotch. I suppressed a grin. Lee was so adorably naive. Carl took a deep breath that made his smoker's lungs whistle and strained his shirt buttons. He had gained at least 10 pounds since I'd last seen him.
With all due respect, Lieselotte, I can do without your travel advice.
"Sit down, son. And you, Sylvia, pull yourself together." My grandmother was not a tall woman, but after she raised herself from her armchair, I wasn't the only one who forgot to breathe for a moment. Even Papa, who was not easily cowed, seemed ready to salute. Adela von Mieseberg was in her late 80s. Despite her stooped posture, she had lost none of the grace and pride common to women who could look back on an upper-class life and were used to telling others what to do. "Could we approach the matter objectively?" she said into the silence. "Cocktail, anyone?" Bree jingled the ice in her glass. I was tempted to raise my hand, but somehow didn't dare.
"I have to drive,"
grunted Carl, though everyone knew that this didn't normally stop him. Aunt Lee glumly pointed to her floral teacup on the side table, and everyone else said no, pretending, more or less convincingly, that they weren't used to drinking. I really would have liked to know what Grandmother was thinking. I couldn't help but notice the hint of a smile on her lips. "Charlie dropped out of college," Bree explained as she refilled her glass. "Or, to be precise, she was taken off the university rolls since she apparently struggled in her exams."
"You mean she failed them because she hasn't seen the inside of a lecture hall in 6 months,
added Carl.
"Business administration was never a good fit for her. If you had allowed her to study what she wanted—"
"A von Mieseberg who cooks for people? Over my dead body!"
"Don't be such a snob."
Bree's eyes flashed.
"A talented chef can go far these days."
"Do you seriously believe Charlotta has the discipline to work her way to the top in a temple of gastronomy?"
"If you do what you love to do, you can achieve amazing things,"
Bree responded, and I silently agreed with her. As a child, when Charlie wasn't hunting for spiders in some corner of the basement, you could find her helping out in the kitchen, and she had remained an avid baker to this day. Her cheesecake was a revelation. Unfortunately, she'd never found a diplomatic way to make her domineering father understand her gift. So at a young age, my cousin had rebelled, and she'd carried on rebelling ever since. Bree took a gulp of her drink.
"Anyway, the girl was expelled from that she private university, and she sublet her apartment to a classmate who claims that she went—"
"Why the hell to Scotland, of all places?"
interrupted Uncle Carl.
"Well, I think that Scotland is quite—"
"Shut up, Lee!"
Carl and Bree shouted at the same time. Aunt Lee threw up her hands.
"She could at least have told us,"
Sylvia whined.
"Well, but she did."
Lee removed her glasses and cleaned them with her jumper. All eyes turned to the small, plump woman who almost disappeared in the armchair, a book balanced on her knees as always. I marveled, not for the first time, at how different my great-aunts were, despite being twin sisters. I'd never seen Bree with a book in her hands, but Lee studied even brochures as diligently as if they were Mons Buddenbrooks. Aunt Lee put on her glasses and looked around.
"What is it?"
"Would you kindly explain?"